Hi, and welcome back to Ask a Pennsylvania Dutchman. My name is Chris LaRose, and this here is Douglas Maidenford, our resident Pennsylvania Dutchman. How are you, Douglas?
I am ready to go.
Ready to go, buddy, he says. All right. Well, we have one here from James Kramer of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Out west.
Out west. And he says, this is an idea. What is your feeling on the other things that bloom in Pennsylvania in the spring which cannot be harvested? Pennsylvania potholes.
Pennsylvania potholes.
I wonder if there's a dialect word for potholes. I know of Hochdeutsch they're called Schlaglocher. We get some big ones here. My late mom used to point out that every so often she'd say, come summer, when it gets really hot, we'll fill it with water and charge admission. Well, that's a good...
You know,
plan.
yeah, well, is there a dialect word for it? Not that I'm aware of. I guess you could call them Strohslocher, which would be street holes, maybe something like that. I don't know, Strohslocher. But, yeah, you know, Pennsylvania, how do you say that? Something that blooms in the spring but can't be harvested. That's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty bad here in Pennsylvania.
There's some people that don't know about Pennsylvania's potholes. They might be from Ohio or Florida or something.
Do you think potholes are different around the country?
Well, I think we have the most of them.
I think, yeah.
That's our staple crop.
What happens, kind of like what Jim said. Once the spring thaw happens, and you start driving down the roads in Pennsylvania, while all of a sudden it gets a little bumpy. You get schusseled around, as we'd say, and it's the roads just filled with these holes that the freezing and thawing and freezing and thawing and poof,
and they're everywhere.
Then blooms a pothole. You know, we always joke Pennsylvania has 5 seasons: the spring, summer, winter, fall, and road work, right? Mm-hmm. And road work in Pennsylvania is nothing more than filling in potholes.
And you know, the other joke, they say that you can tell a drunk driver in Pennsylvania because they're driving straight and they're not trying to avoid
the potholes. That's true, because in Pennsylvania, a lot of the times you're driving like this, like you have a load on, but you don't. You're just avoiding the potholes. I knew a guy that has took the whole car.
Wow.
Yes, son of a gun, boom, down he went.
Well, you know, I have a theory that, you know, Pennsylvanians would make the best race car drivers and fighter pilots, because they got to have their wits about it.
Do you think
dodging and ducking all these potholes?
Maybe. Do you think it's now to the point where we as a people have evolved? Where we're now, it's like genetic in us now. We have this mutation that
we've got quick reaction.
We have adapted to our environment, just like the Charles Darwin said about, you know, like the other things, you know.
Yep.
So that's what happened. Now it's like that's just we know to do it. It's like it's innate.
It's like these potholes, our potholes that bloom every spring. They honed in us a sense of reaction. You know, response that's just a little bit quicker.
Do you think that makes us a little bit more ready?
I can almost smell a pothole. Like, I'll be driving, like, something smells like a pothole, and then I'm just like, I gotta swerve, and then swerve, and then there it was.
Goes
right there.
Goes right by you. That could be true. I'm telling you, some of these things are gigantic.
Oh, yeah, they're huge.
They are huge. And you gotta really be careful. You could throw your car out of alignment on something.
Oh, yeah, I just popped my tire on a pothole.
You could lose a small child.
Yeah, you could lose a large child. You could lose your wife or husband down with it.
You're darn right. And Jim's right, man. Sometimes you probably could fill one with water and charge admission in the summer.
Well, you know what? I know that people are going to watch this video and they're going to think, oh, I wish I had really quick reaction time for potholes. I hit them all the time while I live out here in, Montana or something.
Yeah.
So how can we teach people or hone their skills?
Here again, I'll tell you what. Here again, I think the Pennsylvania Department of Tourism is not doing their job.
No.
This should be instead of chastising them, and I'm not a big fan of them either, I'll admit, but I think we could make money off potholes. What if the the Commonwealth started advertising as come to Pennsylvania, and you have like an image of a guy on a motorcycle that's swerving around the potholes, for the fun.
Pennsylvania Adventure.
Yeah, you drive on our country roads, and it's like you're driving a Formula One car, but you're not. Yeah. So it's safer. You're not going 200 and some miles an hour. We know that only the people
think they're on a safari because they're off-road.
You're off-road all the time. I really think you'd get enough dumb people from New Jersey that would come to do it.
You know what we ought to do? As Pennsylvania Dutchmen and businessmen, I think we ought to start selling and doing mail-order pothole seeds. We'll mail out pothole seeds so that if you want to spread potholes You just get some of these seeds and you sprinkle all the seeds around, and I promise you a year from now there'll be potholes
People
there.
will buy anything.
If you think about it, you could use these for one. You could train your
16-year-old son or daughter learning to drive.
You just plant a bunch of pothole seeds on the road, and when you're teaching your kid how to drive, you're like, all right, now we're in for the minefield of potholes, and we're going to really sharpen you up. Or if you have neighbors that you really don't like, say if they're those neighbors, weirdos that leave that darn floodlight on all the time that shines in through your bedroom window so you can't fall asleep, even when you have 2 rows of curtains shut there in front of you. Do you have?
Okay, sorry.
If you got one of those neighbors, because they are the worst kind of neighbors. The worst ones, especially when you walk up and you ask 4 or 5 times. Hey,
I'm like the kind that have 5 yippy little dogs. And
5
every
yippy,
10 minutes they're
5 yippy
those
little dogs.
are out yipping.
And they leave their floodlight on.
2 in the morning, the yippy dogs are there in the yard, and then it wakes your dog up, and then it starts barking, and then it wakes you up. Yeah, those kinds of neighbors.
So if you have a neighbor like that, mail order some of our pothole seeds and go plant them in their driveway, because that's a problem for them. And a really fun thing to watch for you. Pennsylvania Dutch potholes.
Instead of looking at them like something bad, we should be embracing.
And they're all organic. These are gluten-free, non-GMO, free range, lactose-free, farm-to-table, Pennsylvania locally grown potholes.
All the things any hipster wants. So
craft potholes.
Mother Nature
small
makes
batch.
Well, no,
they're
not so small batch, but they're homemade. That's
they're
for sure.
homemade. Yeah.
Jim, I think you're onto something. I think the state should embrace it instead of being made fun of for it. Life's all about how you look at it.
And keep your eyes peeled, because we're gonna have a PA Dutchman website soon, and we'll be selling pothole seeds and T-shirts.
What if we made like tourist maps that say this road has 5 stars because of the amount of potholes on it, and this road only has 2 stars because it has fewer potholes.
Well, instead of it being stars, how they
little potholes,
gold potholes. Yeah.
This road is rated 5 gold potholes.
Yeah. So if you like our Ask a Pennsylvania Dutchman videos, rate us 5 gold potholes down in the
and we'll know that that's a great rating.
Yeah. Well, hot dog,
The next time you're out driving around Pennsylvania and you see a pothole, don't get mad. Think of the opposite side of the coin.
Yeah.
How about that?
Filling that puppy up with water.
Maybe it'll get you to get off your frickin' phone in the car and watch where you're going.
Well, you think about it.
That's what they're good for. It'll get people off their cell phones.
Yeah, that's perfect, because you got all these people texting and driving. If you have the roads filled with potholes, they're like, I
can't put my phone. I can't use my phone. I gotta watch the road.
Yeah.
It's
Pennsylvania.
It's God's way. It's God's way of thinning out the population. I didn't mean that. No, it's Darwinism at work.
Yeah, well, at least thinning out the tire population.
There you go. It'll make people pay attention.
It sure will. See, another thing the PA Dutch,
we can't take credit for inventing them, but we can take credit for how you live with them.
Yeah, that's true.
Verdammt.
True.
Yeah.
All right. So, well, you heard it from the Pennsylvania Dutchman.
Go out there and take a selfie with a pothole
and then send it to us. And we'll make a whole video
of how great
pictures.
Yeah.
We will do that.
I would. Yeah.
As long as there's more than one.
Yeah. Take a selfie with a pothole. # PA Dutch Love.
And if you really want to get real, get some of those googly eyes. A bag of googly eyes, and just pour it into the pothole so it's got like a face or something.
You don't have to go that far, but
little pipe cleaners and things.
You're getting a craft
pothole.
Craft pothole.
Yeah.
Hey, send us those pictures. We'd love to see them, and then we'll share them with all the other PA Dutch fans out there.
Yeah, you got it.
That's your homework.
All right, buddy. Well, you heard it from the Pennsylvania Dutchman.
Adopt a pothole.
Adopt a pothole. All right. Well, until next time.
Keep those questions coming.
And
Mach's gut. If you have a question, you have to email us at busterpa@yahoo.com.